Hey guys, it's Britt. Today we're here with a couple of Gypsy Rose Blanchard updates. I feel like my Instagram DMs were like peppered all throughout today, especially with the restraining order that is now in the picture. I can always tell what my audience is interested in, especially based off of kind of like what I'm receiving on other platforms. And yeah, it's Gypsy Rose all day today. So we're going to go over this. I have a few interesting takeaways that I want to share with y'all. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. And like I said, historically I don't plug my Instagram, but I mentioned it in a recent video and a lot of y'all decided to follow me over on there. So I'm going to go ahead and say it in this video again. I always feel so weird asking people like, oh, follow my Instagram, follow, like, but it's there if y'all want to connect with me. I do respond to all of my DMs, typically very quickly, because I, like a lot of other people, I'm chronically online, and I like to talk to y'all, and I appreciate receiving things in my DMs that have to do with a topic that I've covered, because again, that tells me that my audience is really interested in said topic. And so yeah, if you want to connect with me over there, my DMs are always open, and I upload on stories every single day, multiple times a day, and just totally random little things. And yeah, so either way, same username as I am here on YouTube. But let's get into this Gypsy Rose catastrophe. First, I want to touch on Gypsy Rose asking Ryan Anderson for alimony, spousal support, alimony, whatever you want to call it. I mentioned a few videos ago that Gypsy Rose already had a pretty high net worth. Ryan did not have near the net worth that she did when she came out of prison. And considering the way that everything kind of unfolded with the really abrupt separation, then the tattoos, then the, whining and dining with the ex-fiance, and jumping on live and being messy and talking about rumors and just being her messy self, I just find the audacity to be very interesting to ask for spousal support when Gypsy Rose has run around the internet behaving in the way that she has, and not just the internet, specifically the way that she's been acting in real life. Because her and Ken connecting and doing the tattoos and being out in the French Quarter in New Orleans, those are very real things. Obviously, I'm consuming it from a digital perspective, but it is happening in real life. And so my immediate thought is, girl, what? What are you thinking? But either way, this article came out today, and it says Gypsy Rose Blanchard wants her estranged husband, Ryan Anderson, to pony up some dough as they end their marriage, asking a judge to sign off on alimony for her. TMZ has obtained Gypsy's divorce docs, and the big takeaway is the fact she's requesting spousal support from Ryan, both in the interim and in the long term. She's also asking that the court deny Ryan's spousal support from her end, arguing he's not entitled to it. What makes you entitled to it? Now, if these two had kids together and it was, a long-term thing where Gypsy was left with the kids and needed financial assistance, like, I would be on a total opposite side of this conversation. But how dare you? Gypsy Rose, get it together. I realize that she is adolescent in many ways, and I try to give grace where I can, but this comes off as such a good example of, you are literally being a hypocrite right now. I want money, but he can't have money from me, even though I have a much higher net worth than he does. It continues and says, the reason she feels that way, Gypsy says Ryan is the one responsible for the dissolution of their marriage. Therefore, she doesn't believe he's entitled to any cash payments from her. In my opinion, allegedly, I think that they were both imperfect in numerous ways. But I would say that if we're looking at what's been published, who is the guiltier party? I find it very sus that you're spotted out with your ex-fiance, and after you have vocalized, I still have feelings for this person, it was my biggest heartbreak, I am devastated, and I am still, I still have feelings for him. That energy, and then you automatically are spotted with him, matching tattoos, the whole 9 yards. It makes no sense. There's a few more tidbits in here, including the fact that Gypsy says she's dead set on divorce and intends to live separately from Ryan without reconciliation for the next 180 days, which is what is legally required. The date of separation for them is listed as March 25th. Obviously, they have no children together, and Gypsy says she isn't pregnant either. Gypsy Rose goes on to note they are not in a covenant marriage, which means they didn't agree ahead of time to try counseling before going down the road of divorce. In other words, Gypsy's got a clear lane to end this and get it over with officially. She also wants her maiden name back. Gypsy-Rose Alcida Blanchard. She'd swapped her surname for his when they got hitched in 2022. She also wants this divorce to play out publicly, saying the case doesn't need to be sealed. It touches on the stuff with Ken, and it also touches on her recent nose job, which I'm not going to rehash in this video because it's just not worth it. Now, the next update that I have for y'all is that Gypsy Rose also has filed and received a temporary restraining order against Ryan Anderson. This comes from People, and of course, all these articles are in my description box for y'all in case you want to read them in its entirety. But this came out today as well, and it says Gypsy Rose Blanchard has filed a temporary restraining order against estranged husband Ryan Anderson. Court documents obtained by People show. Attorneys for Blanchard filed the restraining order in the 17th Judicial District Court in the parish of Lafourche, Louisiana. On April 8th, People confirmed Blanchard filed for divorce from Anderson, a Louisiana special education teacher. Per the documents, Blanchard is also requesting Anderson to pay interim and long-term spousal support because Blanchard is in need and defendant has the ability to pay, and she is not at fault for the dissolution of marriage, what I just talked about. It also rehashes a little bit of her crime and, whatever. They also have quotes from Ken's mom in here, and this is just also... It's so much of a disaster that is playing out on social media. And when Gypsy Rose first got released from prison, I said, you know what? She did her time. She's out here in the world, and hopefully she heals. And, I was just witnessing what was being published like everyone else. But I think that a lot of us can agree that what has been published and been playing out is so... It's a kind of a mixing bowl of adolescence, toxicity, infidelity, and hypocrisy. Right? Like, do y'all feel that way? Or am I, way off in La La Land again? Like, sound out down below. If Gypsy Rose was truly fearing for her safety and or has evidence why she should be fearing for her safety, and she presented that evidence and this temporary order was granted, that is not okay. I will say what I've always said. People should not be physically harming or threatening other people, whether it's people that know each other from online, people that know each other in real life, people that have been family members for 26 years. I don't care. I am not here for threats and getting physical and making statements that might make somebody fear for their safety. That is not cool. Never has been, never will be. I think that most of y'all know where I stand on that. So if Ryan did say or do something where it wasn't just an argument and things got heated, if it's something that we haven't been told yet, that is not okay. That is not okay. But I can tell you for 100% certainty that Gypsy Rose's financial position, in my opinion, based on what I have seen, she is not in a spot where she should be saying that she needs financial assistance from somebody that is on a teacher's salary. I believe the money from her prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I believe that is the money that went into the trust for her. So that in itself, like, you're trying to say that you need financial support from this person. Like, let me Google, and I realize that random Google searches are not always correct, but let me just see what her net worth is. Right here, it says Blanchard's net worth has reached an estimated $3 million. Multiple different sites are citing the $3 million estimate as her net worth. So I don't know, girl. Like, I don't think that a lot of people are going to side with you on you claiming that you need money from Ryan Anderson. I think that Gypsy wanted out of that marriage, and I think that she decided to take things into her own hands as she has before, and she did what Gypsy wanted to do. And that is okay, but stand on that decision. Let's not do that and then say, oh, poor me, I need money, and everyone's against me. So the last update that I have is Nina, the beauty influencer. I've mentioned her in passing in the past. I don't listen to all of her content, and I think that she does spread a lot of rumors, and it's been kind of hard to follow her, the things that she'll say. It's a personal thing. I'm not saying she's an awful individual or anything, but she did share this screenshot, which I found interesting. It is from Gypsy's Facebook, and it says that she lives in Cutoff, Louisiana, and she is in a relationship. So I don't know, is she saying that because she's still technically married? Does that refer to Ken? Me not being a completely naive person, I would say it's pretty obvious that she and Ken are not just a couple of friends hanging out. I think a lot of us would agree on that by this time, with the amount of nonsense that has been made public. But I wanted to drop that in the end of this video. So either way, I have an axle here that needs my attention. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more of me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.